Oh my god, the contrast makes you laugh sometimes. Oh, what happened? Oh my god! What is up, everybody? Today we're back to watch another episode of Takopi's Original Sin. We are on episode 2 here, entitled Takopi's Salvation. Before we get into this, I do want to say a little something. I was editing the reaction for the last episode, the premiere. I was finding myself appreciating the episode a lot more. Maybe not a lot more, but a bit more rewatching it, I guess, via editing. And there is something that I felt that I didn't commentate on last time that the show really got right in a sense. I didn't share this last reaction, but my best friend actually committed suicide via hanging himself. Um, I didn't really think about it at all while I was watching the episode last week. I didn't associate it at all with that, with both of them with each other or whatever. Because even though it was kind of like the same manner of suicide method, the circumstances or like the thing that drove him to do it, I'm assuming, was not very similar at all to like the circumstances in the show, like a adolescent child being bullied and being depressed in that way. But the thing that I felt that the show really pulled off, or not the show, but the writer, presumably because he penned the script, he pulled off really well was that there was like a line. The most emotional part of the episode was when I was actually tearing up last episode in the reaction, was when he was kind of Takopi kind of had this monologue about wanting to save Shizuka after he found her dead. And like they had like the really good pageantry, the colorful scene with like some space time continuum kind of visuals, and the dialogue in that scene was really well done, not only in the sense that it gave us Takopi's thought process, and there was like some pretty poignant stuff about how he was wording it very poignantly, how about like, oh, the act of ending your own life, you humans refer to it as suicide, and he was like going into about how he doesn't comprehend this concept. And then there was like this really great line in it about how he didn't understand why she did it and he wanted to understand. And that's like such a very poignant take on people dealing with the grief of having a loved one commit suicide, because you never really see it coming. I don't want to speak on everybody's experience, but for the most part, you don't really see it coming when a loved one commits suicide, because obviously otherwise you would have tried to do something. And so no matter how close you think you feel, no matter how close you feel you are to someone, it really catches you off guard, that kind of thing, and it makes you doubt how well you knew them, how close you actually were, if they didn't come to you before they committed such an act. And you're just left wondering, like, I as much as I know you, I don't understand why you did it, and I want to know why. So that is such a relatable thing for people who have gone through, or have someone who have gone through something similar to that. And I think that it's really good writing, because there's that one aspect of it being very relatable and representing how people feel in that scenario, but it's also done very cleverly, because Takopi as a character is like this alien thing that doesn't understand human culture, existence, the experience in general. So it makes sense as to why he would word it that way, because he literally doesn't understand in a very general and juvenile sense too. But the way that he says it, it's like speaking and for humans even, and it's like saying what they want to say or get off their chest for them. And it's kind of just like a really textured, double layered kind of dialogue, which I thought was great when I noticed that, or realized that on second watch while editing. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. Great episode last week. So without further ado now, I'm going to stop rambling and we're going to jump into episode 2 right here, Takopi Salvation. 21 minutes long. I am pressing play in 3, 2, 1. So I'm really actually pretty excited that this is a short episode. Or like all the episodes now are kind of short. In terms of reacting, it helps us. So Takopi's giving her the right answers now. I guess she's nervous about getting it right and incurring the wrath of her bully. But Marina didn't do anything to her. Things at home for Marina are so bad that she doesn't even have the energy or will to pass it on, maybe? Alright, let's watch this opening again, because we've only seen it once, and that's not enough to really catch everything. So Takopi was just in a prison outfit there. Is that her mom in the background? Oh yeah, we see her mom. That's Marina's mom too. She looks prettier than she did in the last episode. Saw her dad. I'm willing to bet that we're gonna get what's his name? Azuma, I think. There's gonna be something tragic about him too, and we're gonna get a glimpse into his family life. We just saw right there that he might have like a brother. Takopi here is trying to force them to be friends again with the ribbon. The same ribbon that Shizuka used to commit suicide. And then Marina's kind of got some tsundere complex going on, but she's like turning over. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like this opening is a bit spoilerific, and it makes me feel like it makes me hopeful that this is going to end happily for everybody involved. And we got Chappie back! P. I really like Takopi. If that wasn't obvious enough from the last reaction, like Takopi's written really well. This is pretty like I'm 14 and this is deep, like borderline edgy dialogue, but the fact that it's coming from like a 10-year-old makes it excusable. Because she's even younger than a 14-year-old. Oh, that was the day right before the tragedy happened. Yeah, like the thing about Takopi's writing is like this stuff right here. The thought process, getting his thought process. Oh shit. Okay, that Marina. Oh shit, it's happening again. Nothing changed. Something I also noticed on second watch of the last episode is that after this happened for the first time, the next day, Shizuka said that she got in a fight with her friend. So she called Marina her friend, even though she's the bully. So maybe they used to be friends. Like actual friends. Whoa! Oh, so yeah, some bystanders are gonna help. She was smiling hella deviously before she got bit, so she planned that. Yo, the Takopi stuff with the happy tools, the gadgets, is like the most anxious thing in the show for me. Like, I feel like there's like some karma that's gonna be invoked from him using the tools so much or in the wrong way. Marina's everywhere! Oh, it's because Marina's will to find Shizuka is so strong. Yeah, it's because she's actively looking for her. What are the gadgets you got, man? You got like an invisibility cloak?
カマリちゃんのに会いに来るっぴ。痛いっぴのに。そうだっぴ。同じ人間の静香ちゃんに聞いてみるっぴ。
Takopi's thought process is so endearing as well.
静香ちゃん、ちょっと聞きたいんだ。
She's too shell-shocked. Well, last episode, I was really pressed to find out what happened to Chappie. I guess we are finding out right now. He was either taken away forever or taken away and like, what the fuck is the word? Put down?
僕が絶対君を助けるっぴ。君がずっとチャッピーと一緒に笑っていられるように何度も繰り返せば君がとても悲しいことをしなくていいように僕を信じて。タコピー。僕が今度こそ君を。
I feel like the tragic aspect is going to be something like every time he uses the camera or gadgets in general, it like takes away from his own lifespan or some shit.
だから静香、チャッピーはお父さんとこ行くことになったから。人を噛んだ犬はこの町には住めないんだって。
Her mom's pretty heartless. Do you not see her beat up?
どうといえばあいつが勝手に置いていった犬なんだし。あとマリナちゃんは大した怪我じゃない。
Sometimes or a lot of times, an apathetic parent is worse than evil, mean, bad one.
一応謝りに行くからね。さないでよ。じゃあ私仕事行くね。夕飯適当に食べといて。っていうか静香、頭に毒ダミってどうなのよ。
あれから何度試してもどうしてもチャッピーは連れてかれてしまったっぴ。僕は絶対諦めない。
It felt like they were framing this time as like
静
a
香ちゃんまだ
permanent.
生きてくれてるから。だから僕も頑張ってチャッピーをパパのとこ。
Is he gonna make like a new save location? And now Chappie's
静香
gone,
ちゃん、大丈夫。
but we're
僕が
gonna
必
try
ずチャ
to
ッピーを連れ戻すっぴ。
bring him back naturally.
パパのところはどこにあるっぴか。僕が今から見てくるっぴよ。
Is she gonna get fed up with him? Or maybe she's just gonna be
お
like
腹空いてないっぴか。
catatonic.
給食のパンダっぴ。
Dude, his cute ass voice and P at the end of every sentence is such a contrast
どうしたら笑顔になってくれる
to
っぴ
the
か。
actual things unfolding.
そうだっぴ。学校に行ってみんなと会えば。
まさかの来るっていう。
マリナちゃんに聞いた聞いた。
学校来れるわ。
Yo, it's so fucked up, man. Her desk is the only one. Her backpack's like that
あ
too.
はー、クソ犬管理不行き届き障害
よく来れたね。
じゃあここまで。次移動だから遅れないでね。
How does the teacher
女じ
not
ゃ。マリナ、手からす
notice
っごい血
her
が出て
desk?
狂犬病移ったかもしれなくて。謝ってねえ。
平坂さん、次音楽室だからそろそろ移動。
ああ、行くか。音楽何いるっけ。
久世さん、大丈夫？体調悪いなら保健室とか僕にできることがあったら。
ねえ、あいつ何やっても無反応でキモかったね。つまんない。明日どうする？ごめんみんな。今日先帰っててくれる？
What's she up
なんか
to?
用事？また明日ね。
Oh. Uh-oh. More trouble.
静香ちゃん、全然元気にならないっぴ。あ、もしかしてお腹空いたっぴか？給食食べなかったっぴし。あ、寄生虫。マリナちゃん、ちょっと話あるから顔貸してね。無視してんじゃねえよクソ女。静香ちゃんの可愛いチャッピーのお話でもしようよ。
Yo, is she gonna like? I'm like wondering if she's just gonna crash out at any point ever.
これはチャンスかもしれないっぴ。今度こそ二人が仲直りできるかも。だったらもう僕も逃げないっぴ。怖くてもちゃんと向き合って二人の仲直りをお手伝いするんだっぴ。
Alright, Takopi, let's see if your optimism is gonna pan out any bit here, or are we just gonna get some more? Okay, I'm not really looking forward to the vibes.
俺は外で汗水垂らした。
マリちゃん、
Her eyes really look like tile right
マ
there.
リちゃん、わかるよね。マリちゃんだけはずーっとママの味方だよね。
She maybe isn't that scared or mad at her mom. She's like maybe actually being brainwashed into taking her side and hating Shizuka so much because she's indirectly part of
犬死んだけどどう
what makes her mom suffer. Is her dog actually
死
dead?
んでなんかない。
死んだ
死んでない
死
ね。
んだ死んだ死んだ
お父さんのところに行ったの。ほら、首輪だって。
子供の定款で保健所
Shizuka's like
死んだに決まってんじゃん。バ
crazy mature at times when she's being stoic,
ママもいない。友達もいない。誰も心
but
配して
then
くれない。
Marina seems to have such a crazy grip on her that makes her so vulnerable, almost
お前も死
infantile.
んでよ
怖っぴ。怖っぴ。怖すぎだぴ。怖すぎて一歩も。
お前の生活費どこから出てると思ううちのパパの財布だよ
全部お前の母親が男から吸い上げた金でできてる。マリナのパパが頑張って稼いだお金からお前さえいなければ。
パパはママにまた指輪を買ってあげるはずなのに見ず知らずの商売女なんかじゃなくてマリナの家族に
大変だぴ。とっても痛そうだぴ。
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to criticize because, like,
がいなくなれば。
on the one hand, I'm trying to wonder how realistic it is for like 10-year-olds to be this in the know about their household. I mean, if the mom's like technically like beating it into her and not really hiding the parental problems, then maybe she would know like all these things, like what a hooker is and all that shit. You know, when they're in bad households and circumstances, sometimes kids are forced to grow up way quicker than they should.
パパを返せよ。静香ちゃん。今度こそ僕が助ける。
Oh my god, the contrast just makes you laugh sometimes. Oh, what happened? Is this like what I was kind of theorizing last episode where he actually might do something crazy like kill her or maim her at the very least? That was some crazy gore sound effect just now. Ouch. It's crazy because oh my god!
マリナちゃん、動かなくなっちゃったっぴ。
This octopus is
痛すぎ
strong.
だっぴか。マ
You
リ
know,
ナ
I'm
ちゃん
not gonna lie though, like the writing kind of made you want to see her get her
なんだかおかし
comeuppance,
いっぴ
but
痛いのは良くないっぴしね。ハッピーカメラでやり直してちゃんとお話。
oh no, is he gonna accidentally?
あれっぴ。
I don't know. I thought he was gonna accidentally oversave on his point,
死ん
but
だ
静香ちゃん。
maybe he just ran out of
絶対死ん
energy
だよね
to use it.
し、僕
Yo,
のせいだっぴよね。ハッピーカメラどうしよう。故障。
タコピータコピー
oh shit, she's falling for violence.
すごい。私ね、魔法とか信じないけど、実はずーっと思ってたの。マリナちゃん、
Oh
今すぐでも
fuck, she's like
そしたら学校嫌じゃないから。でも私じゃ何もでき
she's
ない。
got screws loose from how much she's been
どうせ叶わないと思ってた。
subjugated to.
本当になった。本当に叶っちゃった。すごいよ。まるで魔法みたい。
This is definitely not a development I saw coming. I mean, I kind of thought that he might take it too far accidentally, inadvertently, and kill her.
きっとまた会える。
Oh my god, the contrast. The way he's drawing him like all freaked out and totally not understanding.
タコピー殺してくれて。
Thank you for
君
killing
たちの
her.
言葉で誰かの命を奪うこと
Oh, here's the more this introspective dialogue I was talking about.
静香ちゃんが笑ってくれた。
What would be crazy is if Takopi kind of buys into it now too and just like
太陽系
accepts that this was the right
第
thing to
三
do.
惑星球
Honestly, that would be
ハッ
really
ピー星より着陸7日
crazy in how realistic it
や
is.
り直しのない僕の本当の物語が始まったのは
No way is she actually dead
こ
though.
こからだっ
Come
た
on. We were just talking about how the opening song made it seem like a happy ending could happen for everybody involved. Holy shit. No way. Okay, that was episode 2 of Takopi's original sin, entitled Takopi's Salvation. I have to say that was that is the most unexpected story developments I ever could have imagined. I never could have imagined. I never would have imagined that. Like I said, like on a surface level, I maybe kind of saw it coming that he would do something inadvertently that crosses the line, or like point of no return, or just really gruesome and killer or something. But on a more fleshed out level, I never would have thought that him killing her would trigger Shizuka to see it as a good thing, because she's so twisted already from the abuse that she's suffered, which is like really realistic, because real life stories like these, I kind of want to say, don't often have a happy ending. And even if you can like potentially get the victims out of the situation, there's emotional damage that has been done to them, to the point of scarring them permanently, making them arguably toxic too, in a sense, in maybe just in a different way. And we can see here that Shizuka kind of has some pretty bad delusions. I don't know what we would even call it, delusions of grandeur, in terms of being okay with her being murdered, because it means a good life for her, which, like, in a way she has a right to feel that way, you know, but it's just so twisted and everything that, wow. So I think in that aspect, that is really realistic, even though if they commit to it, it means this story is not going to end in a way that we would like to see, in terms of just a happy ending. So it's making me conflicted on whether we want to value a good end for everybody involved the best way it could be, or for like realism. Because at the beginning, in the first half of this reaction too, I was kind of saying maybe a point of criticism for this writing is that the kids were maybe not realistic enough for me, in terms of sometimes they come off as really mature, like Shizuka when she's like being stoic and stuff. But then in other cases she's like super vulnerable and childish. But I guess you could argue that it's realistic, because when you come at odds with your abuser, you can totally, you know, become meek and timid and vulnerable, because psychologically the damage has been done for you to like enter that state. Because yeah, like the thing I was kind of wondering is like, wow, is there gonna be like a moment where Shizuka crashes out? She's like pushed to the point, to the brink of what she can take, and then she'll just like, I don't know, like stab Marina in the head with a pen or something and kill her or something, which is also a form of her pretty much becoming twisted, and the point of no return, that she's okay with doing that. But apparently from what we saw there, she never really had it in her. She never thought she had it in her. And she needed someone else to do it for her and save her. And then she views it as magic in a sense, because it was so out of the realm of possibility for her to do it herself, that if somebody else was able to make it come true, it's almost like making magic or a miracle come true for her. And yeah, I feel like I'm going over the same points here the more I talk. So I'm gonna leave that train of thought at that. In terms of whether I think Marina is actually fully dead, even though there was that line just now at the end where he said, "This is where my true story, where there are no more do-overs, where it begins," I don't think she's actually dead. Because I just don't. And then even with the first episode, he kind of used the same kind of definitive wording when he said, when he first saw Shizuka hanging and dead, he was like, oh, there's nothing that can reverse death. But then he was like, oh, but the camera can technically take us back in time, which I guess technically isn't reversing the dead. It's just reversing time, and reversing the death is like a side effect of that. So I don't think there's too much definitiveness with the way developments happen in this story. So I'm banking on her coming back to life somehow. And yeah, I think we're gonna jump right into the next episode because it is already out. And those are my thoughts for now on season 1, episode 2, Takopi Salvation. Oh, that was good. That was a very impressive second episode, I will say, because usually you get a premiere that tries to be the mindfuck, establish the premise, and kind of do shock value stuff. Then it kind of just middles out and fizzes out, kind of. But this one this second episode kind of just like went up, or like maybe diagonal, but still up in a different kind of way. And yeah, okay guys, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna jump into the next episode, yeah, just because it was that thrilling. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.